on the 2023 general elections concluded the following. The first cracks have undoubtedly emerged in the old order that young Nigerians are trying to pull down. The question is, how far are they willing to go? This is our challenge. What do we think is the temperature from the heat caused by excruciating poverty, suffering, and hunger? How long will it take for the heat to push people into the point of a heat stroke? Would the judiciary ignore the rising heat and the possibility of the nation collapsing from the heat stroke of suffering? Nigeria is in crisis, and crisis calls for an appropriate and timely crisis response. If you know a pilot was drunk or an aircraft engine was faulty, would you, as a pilot or a passenger, fly calmly and leave everything to Providence? What if you had an incompetent pilot or an impostor as a pilot? What if you knew the pilot was unfit or uncertified for flying a plane? Would you say, I'll let her fly me to Abuja or wherever my destination is, then I'll make sure the next time that a certified pilot flies me? And the most common variant of liberal democracy, the powers of the majority are exercised within the framework of a representative democracy. But we saw this cardinal principle brazenly subverted in Nigeria. The Constitution and the courts, including the Supreme Court, limits the rights of the majority but protects the minority by passing bizarre judgments that secure the enjoyment of a few individuals. As we manage this crisis, we must try to answer these questions and more. Who is speaking about defending the principles of democracy to those who claim to be models of democracy in the world? Who is speaking about equity, fairness, and justice to the world so that some may see the plight of Nigerians? Who is narrating the human story of suffering in Nigeria to arouse interest in an unfolding Nigerian story? Who is ensuring that these important topics are not consigned to 24-hour news cycles? The suffering of our people is a recurrent cycle. Therefore, our advocacy and activism must be persistent. My fellow Nigerians, I rely on words because it's a powerful medium of expression for human thoughts, and its power to influence, though somewhat diminished, is still potent. But its potency can only manifest if those influenced act upon the words they have heard. If your words don't move me, why would my words move you? In closing, I say the voice and power of the myriad youth should not be ignored. The task ahead is for the judiciary and all of us to ensure that they get the opportunity to build the Nigeria they desire and deserve. Thank you, and may God bless our words, energize and move us to execute the tasks that would need to rebuild a new Nigeria. Thank you once again. Goodbye.
I thought we can do much better than that. How many of you were listening to that intently? Intently. Thank you so much. I hope and I know you're listening, Dr. David Ogula, all the way from the United States of America. One of the things that makes us the greatest of humanity and of all black people on the face of the earth is the fact that everywhere you go on the face of the earth, you know, sometimes we say it jokingly, but honestly, it is the character of who we are as Nigerians. So anywhere you go and there are no Nigerians, pack your load and what? And check out, because that place is not a place that human beings can live. Everywhere you go, in the street, in the UK, in the US, there are communities in India, in Maldives, everywhere around the world we are there. Come on, Nigerians, put your hands together for yourself one more time and let's celebrate one of the Nigerians that is doing us proud all the way there in the United States of America, Dr. David Ogula. Thank you so much for that. I hope that it will be seeping in, and I am so graciously thankful that the whole world is watching this right now as we're here in this place. I would want to quickly just acknowledge the presence of Chief Comrade Peter Ame right here. Can we celebrate him? One of the chieftain of the Labour Party is here. Thank you so much. Thank you. So good to have you here. And also to my left, we have a youth leader, one who, you know, this is the beauty of our gathering today. So we have a chieftain of the Labour Party right to my right, and to my left is a comrade. Comrade Kalgo is here in our midst, a veteran in the PDP. Can we appreciate him? Come on, Nigerians. I appreciate him. Thank you. A youth leader. He's going to be talking to us too. And yes, a comrade, a true obedient to the call is here. A fearless, crazy one also. Mazin Namdi. Can we appreciate him? I appreciate my brother and friend from another mother. And we also have Namdi Hioma in our midst. Can you stand up? Let's recognize you. Those who have been doing things behind the scene like each and every one of us. I just want to quickly do that because they'll be coming up to talk to us here today. And yes, who better to get up on stage after Dr. David, a woman who flew in just to have this meeting with us. She doesn't live here. 30 years in the United Kingdom. But will come down to get on the street. A mother whose children have schooled and are everywhere around the world, but is completely restless until Nigeria is free. Ladies and gentlemen, help me receive this fearless, objective mama lady. I used to tell her that you are completely an Oyibo, but she's here today. She's going to be speaking to us. How did your name escape my mind now? Very good. What's your name again? Ndidi Mbago. Like I mean it, I had a brain freeze. I'm not Joe Biden, but truly, can you appreciate this lady?
Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to this Nigerian debate. Can you hear me? I am very happy to be in your midst this evening. So I'm just going to go straight to the point. I'm just going to read out what I have here. So if you listen carefully, you'll be able to get one or two things from it. Okay. So in the recent coup in Gabon, President Ali Bongo Ondimba was heard saying, "Call friends, make noise, make real noise." Can you hear me? Are you making noise? In the current dispensation in Nigeria, it is the right thing to do. We need to come out en masse and make noise. Shout if you like. Hit your pans and pots if you want. Do everything, but do not keep quiet. We must not keep quiet in the face of this injustice. If Martin Luther King kept quiet and said, "You go better," Obama wouldn't have walked through the White House as the black president. If Mandela sat in South Africa, the clerk wouldn't have been standing, we wouldn't have had a standing ovation for the clerk for ending violence, rape, and apartheid in South Africa. If Indira Gandhi or even the entire Gandhi family did not shout, India would probably have been extinct by now. Africa is the richest country, the richest continent in the world in terms of natural resources. Yet we remain the poorest. Why? Why is that? You may ask. The reason, my friend, is very simple. That is that we have kept quiet for decades. We have not made enough noise to dislodge the bone in our throats. We allowed it sit, choking us to death. We have done this for more than 6 decades, following our independence. Africa must arise. We must rise. Nigeria must hit those pans and pots. This is the time for us to do that. Women, let's fight the future of our children. Let's fight for the future of our children. Men, okenye adị anọ na n'ụlọ ewu amụọ n'ọgbụ. Translated, it simply means a goat does not have birth in Theda, while an adult is at home. Where are you? Who speaks for the homeless, the hopeless? What about the Amajuris with no voice? Who speaks for them? Nigeria has one of the youngest populations in the world. Where are our youths? Where are you guys? Why are you not speaking? Why are you not banging your pans and pots? Why are you not on the streets in the light of this injustice? Why? Nigeria, we blame everyone except Africans. We blame every other person, every other continent for whatever we have that is troubling us. Like a pregnant woman, we wait in anticipation for the issues. Like a pregnant woman, we wait in anticipation for the outcome of the Nigerian 25th of February 2023 presidential election by the judiciary. Are we not waiting? The outcome will definitely shape our future, our children's destiny. Will we be silent here? We will not be silenced any longer. We are the generation that will wrestle our oppressors until they release the bone crushing our necks. We'll keep talking. We're not going to keep quiet. We have nothing more to lose. We have absolutely nothing more to lose. He that is down fears no fall. We are all on the ground. We have people's knees on our necks for years. This is the time. This is the time. So, as my dear friend Peter Ogule would say, if not now, when? If not now, when? The story of Africa can only be told by the Africans. Not Europe, not USA, Russia, China, or any other continent. We are Africa. We are Nigerians. We must wake up and write our story. Thank you very much.
I'm sure we can do better than that, much better than that, much better than that. Feel the energy, feel the warmth. This life, no balance. Oh. Some people go just come, they talk soft. If you know what I mean. If you see this lady inside the truck a few months ago. So this voice that you are hearing, hear what she is saying, you know. Nigerians, are you here today? Happy Prince, let's do this quickly. Where is, what's his name again now? What's his name? Kish. Okay. Kish, Roland, are you here? Please come up stage very quickly.
This poem is angry. Furious at the fact that there are no changes. This poem is mad. Crazy, loves to look like this. This poem is a monster. This poem is irate. This poem they gyrate. This poem they vibrate. It is done playing nice. Wishes to pay the price. Tired of all the lies. This poem is a delta of tears. It is the echo of our cries. When shall we smell the roses? Are the thorns in our brains not cruel enough? You try to replace them with chains. Push us down with failed democracy. Mock us with capitalism. Flog us with messy education. Slavery much. Centuries after our ancestors were abducted on a slave ship, we still find ourselves in mini dictatorship. They fake clean and talk about decency, but decency, these folks are so terrible at dancing, they keep stepping on our toes, and their brain has a pit so deep they can't deal with crypto. Hoping to kill two birds with one stone, the bandit with two, but they can't clip our wings. We're strong on these two, we'll keep flying. This poem is red, it's an angry bird. This poem they gyrate, this poem they vibrate, this poem they irate. This poem they para. Even paramus know they use their head. For area where they Sabi boy they turn cops 2 seconds. Now innocent people inside station. Spectabilis, if you come from where I stay, then you live below the poverty line. This poem has seen more sunsets than sunrises. You can call it the angry night. Angry over young people who do not realize how much the system institutionalizes. This poem is the shout that falls the walls of Jericho. This poem is the shout that falls the walls of Jericho, the stone that kills Goliath. This poem is a dream. Ask the king to Martin Luther, the Oba to Obama, and still finds the time to add the hit to Hitler. If mockery is a gun, the Twitter tech team and Nigerian tech team meme is the trigger. This poem is a bullet, set to destroy the pillars of injustice, shot at the crooked system and its evil forces. Check below the lights. You'll discover a bunch of innocent corpses. Decisions are a luxury meal we can't eat. This poem is our invite to the table. We are tired of gnashing our teeth in anger. Some brothers have become vampires, some werewolves in sheep clothing. This poem is a traveler. It realizes that freedom is a journey, so it'll find its way to new bodies. This poem is the sun, breaking free from clouds of rain, switching like reciprocals. Glory to the brave and down with the chains. I said, glory to the brave and down with the chains. This poem is a muse, dressed, laced, and versed with anger. It is prayer, it is fasting, it is binding, it is casting, it is a song, a scream, a speech, a dream, a tweet, retweet, a chase, purchase, a bite, a smite, a spite, a night that fights for a right to freedom.
Keep clapping as Odd Felix makes his way here. Keep clapping, keep clapping. Keep clapping, people.
If you hear say I dey offline, no be say I dey depressed, no be say I take break from social media, I no gree buy data. Now my phone spoil. You see, as village people don't dey for city, be like say I city, if where I go work, results no go show. Results no dey climb stage, be like the insects don't chop the ladder. Life hard, even small pikin go tell you, but me, I go dey do wetin I fit do. So if you not hear me do poem again, no be say I quit poetry, no be say I take the money to record, go gamble. Now the studios, they're on strike. You see, not be every better way. Sometimes man get to find the own way. Even sheep, them get compass. With them, you go feed the make a go, no compass you. As I get hand, I no go put my destiny for your own now. So if you say I don't die, not be say I commit suicide. Now nature talks say you don't do and a person kill me. As they breathe, they go, I got to do everything where I feel do to make me and my country better. I go be my pilot, my captain. And if nothing come work, make it don't be say me shut the office door. Make it be say I play my part, but condition carry the cup. So if yes, I no do again, no be say I no one do, no be say I don't give up. Now the end don't reach.
DG won't DM me, oh. Leave her now. This is my do my own. I don't come here to me like this. When I won't hear my own. Why are they violent like this? This broadcast does not support violence. Okay? For those who are watching, these people that are here are very violent, but this broadcast does not support it. Are you ready for my violence? I don't think you are. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, because we're coming to it. It is not my word. if we're still in court, but CY, who is now the chairman of the Bar Association, comes out to say, while we were still in court, I'm perplexed, speechless, that whatever is happening in court does not matter, that this is where he stands. Why can't you speak your mind? Somebody get Nigeria past you? I wasn't going to say this until my brother spoke to me. Now, there are several people that are supposed to be here today. Not that we need them. You know what I'm talking about. But we reached out to them and they were like, okay, we're coming to give speech and talk. And one of the Nigeria's oldest serving general. So that I want to see if you are going to run out of this place now. Came and said, Dr. Mo, we were talking with all the elders yesterday. They are supposed to be here today. No, PO was supposed to be here. That's what we're saying. And that they will not be here because they blocked Nyanya. May that day not be born. Are we violent? Not in the history of Nigeria. NSAS was just 11 days. For 7 days we protested here. Not a single soul was lost. 70 days we were on the streets. We went to the American embassy. We went to EU. We went to INEC. We went to ECOWAS. We went to National Assembly. They were going to bring down the gate. We said, no. You bring down the gate so that these people will now build the gate with 100 million. We will not give them that opportunity. Wasn't that what we said? Because we are wiser. We will not destroy our street light. When we went to the police headquarters, the police people came and they were crying while we spoke. We spoke about what we want for our country. We've traveled around the whole world. Like Ndidi rightly said, how can we be? Abuja has more gold, probably more than Ghana. But we have nothing. And then somebody says, do not speak, be afraid. That they block road. That somebody said that day has not been born. That day has not been born. Dr. Seloka is here. I want him to sit right there. Let him come. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dr. Seloka and Honorable Ambassador Kesh also in the building. Let's receive our elders. We'll make adequate room for them to sit down right there. Welcome. Mazi, she can sit there. It's okay. And I'm so glad that even while speaking, we have the echelon of the Obidadi campaign team coming in. It means that they are also, it shows that we have some shoulders that we can fall on. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the whole world is hearing this. I reiterate again. 70 days non-stop, 23 days on the ground, not a single soul. It has never happened in the history of Africa. Non-stop. Because it is our land. We picked after ourselves. We cleaned the street. We directed the traffic. Much more than the police and the soldiers could do. Because it is our house. This is our house. We didn't break street light. We refused to bring down the gate of the National Assembly so that we don't give them opportunity to go and use hundreds of billions to rebuild it. That's who we are. We are peacemakers. We are here to rebuild the ruins of our nation. That's who we are. And so if you are standing just You must be decisive, objective, and fearless. And so, why would they watch all of them from Aso Villa, everything? Now, Nigeria is ours. We own it. Those of you watching from Britain, America, and everywhere, we are here. Look everywhere, but this is our Papa. We die here. We die here. I am sure that even the judges, their children are talking to them to stand on the path of justice. There is no time in the history of humanity that an election has been this digitalized and televised. The import of the youth energy on the street in Zimbabwe, in Malawi, in Sierra Leone, in New York, all over the place over this election, never has it been seen. No, Atiku is not in court. PO is not in court. It is a justice system that is standing trial. And we know they fear, because we are standing and doing the right thing. And so we're going to go through some sessions right now where I'm going to bring up some people and we're going to ask questions. And the first in line that I want to invite here is none other but somebody that I have great regard and respect for. I'm going to be asking and challenging him this morning or this evening or this night. Help me welcome to sit here, Dr. Peter Piper. Please put your hands together as he comes up. Energy, come on, energy, 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 energy. Can we shout, let the whole world know that this auditorium is filled up? We're not empty here. Camera, show them we are here. After all, they are on strike, so there's no place to go. So now here with no be so. What better place to be in Nigeria than in this room? There's no better place. Because tomorrow there will be what? Tomorrow there's what? There's judgment. 72 hours before the fraudulent pronouncement, we broke through the ranks. We are here. All we were demanding, we saw the result and we knew that this is not the result coming out because every polling booth was published. So we broke through the ranks and said, Oga, what you are talking about is lie. And if you impute lie, what is going to come out? We are not calling any names. We are just holding the institutions accountable. And after the elections, we told EU, we told UN, we told all of them that, but I'll say it here because they're also listening. When I sat with the UN resident, he said something. He said, Dr. Mo, I see you with over 1,000 people, but guess what? There's no blood on the street. So you see what is against us? And yet some people will say that some people are planning to do what? 70 days. Did anybody lose? Did we crack any place? In fact, we were even giving money, water to beggars and people. Isn't that the Nigeria that we want? And part of what we are going to do, we will penetrate every institution. What I mean is that the good people will go enter police, will go enter DSS, will go enter INEC, will go enter everywhere. Because if we don't enter, bad people wait there, go continue. So when they told me a few weeks ago, I went to UK, like my daughter would say, to go for a rest. 12 months of working. Jakpa, me, Jakpa. Jakpa. No, those of you who want to jump, we will help you to go. Like I told you, we'll help you. But this place, we are here. We die here. Because we understand that there is too much at stake. And I want to bring another young, dynamic leader in our movement. He's the DG of the Big Tent. Malam Ibrahim Abdul Karim is here. Please. And I know that some of you that don't understand Hausa, zaku ji yaran sosai, zaku gane me muke ciki a ciki yau. Kun gane ko? Even if you understand, kun gane ko? Yawwa shikenan gama tabas. Haka. I also quickly want to bring up Uncle Gambo. Please come up. Put your hands together for Uncle Gambo. Let him come up. Let him come up. Let him come up. Also another young leader. You see, we are here today. You cannot say it is. This is what the Nigerian debate is, not the obedient debate, is it? So help me welcome a youth leader, Calgo in the building, all the way. A staunch chieftain of the PDP is here. Let him come up. Let him come up. Put your hands together for him. Come on now. I reach out to some of the APC people that have been making noise online. I say, come, because we want to ask you a question. Please, are you here so that they will not say we marginalize anybody? Are you here? Please, if you are here, all of you that, please, you can come. We are here. Because you are going to talk to us here so that the world can hear. Prof is not here yet, but Chief Dr. Ame is here. Dr. Peter Ame is here. Please make your way up to the stage. Make your way up to the stage. Prof is on his way. Fantastic. And I'm going to ask because my friend and brother, okay, Mazi, Ihioma, and Mazi Nnamdi, please make your way up to the stage. Make your way up to the stage. Ned, you have to put one more chair here because I'm bringing two elders up. It's going to just be, oh my goodness. Help me. I need put one more seat here. That's what I'm doing. I want both Mama Cecilia, please. Mama Jigi Jigi, please put your hands together for her. She comes up. And also, Mama Door to Door is here. I need two more seats. You know, Mama Door to Door, come here. And I need... okay, let's have that representation for that. Let's have Indidi Mbagu, please come here. Come here. Come here. Mommy, sit down right. No, I need you to sit down. Yes. So the woman will sit here. We need one more seat because I have to bring up Ambassador Cash and also our leader. You have to sit, so the women sit at the edge. Put this. Okay. Yeah, we can. Can sit. Okay, fine. Okay. I think we're okay. I need a microphone from there. We need an additional, just a microphone from there. We'll have, we're okay, we're well covered. Let's have you come up so you can join the women. Let's have one of the veteran mothers. Between you and Dr. Who is coming up? Between you and no, wait. No, hold. Let's not suffer you too much. I need a young. Is there a lady that traveled at least 2-3 states during the campaign or anything? Is there any lady, young girl here? Is there any young person? They are shy. It's okay. I just need Maureen. Come up here. Come. No, it's okay. Just leave. She'll sit here. Please put your hands together for Maureen. Come. So at least they can see how the selection was done. So it's not something that was cooked somewhere. We don't cook result anyway. What you see is what you. That's what we're here for. And right away we're going to hit it up straight. You know, I want to. Do we have any lawyer amongst us here? But let's attempt this. I want to see who can help us out here. What is the difference between a runoff and a rerun? Can somebody help us? Now, these are open questions. They're not directed. They are questions directed as you can do that. Dr. Peter, can we appreciate him?
Well, rerun means exactly what it says. You ran, it was inconclusive, and you are running again. Rerun. But a runoff means you ran and some people fell off. So those who fell off will not be a part of those who will run again.
I think that's an excellent job he has done with that. What you're saying, because we need to break, you know we have energy and passion here. But energy and passion without strategy is useless. So that your candidate will not be the one that will join the runoff. I will not be able to rerun. Because what we're here to do also is to educate people. Because tomorrow, no, give him the mic because we're going to go around like that. Tomorrow, from the judgment, they're either going to be a runoff, or a rerun, or what? Or a no run. Do you understand? So that if there is a rerun, from the INEC, I didn't say your own, from INEC stipulated agenda, in 1, 2, 3, for the bulk of the people here, I'm an obedient. They said that we came third. Isn't that so? It means, Dr. Peter, from what you're saying, if there is a runoff.
If there is a runoff, it's going to be between 1 and 2.
Did you hear that? Now, do you understand the meaning of runoff? Somebody say it depends. Please talk to us. Give him the mic. That's Doctor.
If there's a runoff and the first person is disqualified as we requested,
aha,
then it need to be between us and the other.
Aha. Give Dr. Peter, Dr. Ahmed, still holding the mic. I want to move to the question. What happens if Tinubu is disqualified at the tribunal tomorrow? What is going to happen?
The issue is we are in a democracy, and the judiciary has been given the authority to do whatever in line with the stipulated laws, regulations and constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If they decide that evidence put before them is substantial enough for a runoff not to include Tinubu, so Tinubu will have a right to go to Supreme Court to look at the case again. But that judgment will stand, and the two who have been asked to do a runoff will continue to rejoice until the Supreme Court either affirm the judgment of the Presidential Election Tribunal or decide otherwise. But everyone will not fall.
Wow. I want to feel the energy in this room. I want to feel the energy in this room. Let me know if Tinubu is disqualified tomorrow, what is going to happen in Nigeria? Doc, not be me, or they said there will be celebration all over Nigeria. I'm not the one that said it, oh. All right, give Uncle Mazi the microphone. What happens if Peter Obi is said is disqualified based on technicalities tomorrow? What is going to happen?
No, first of all, no heaven will fall because of anybody. That is why I felt very, very insulted or assaulted as a Nigerian when Justice Mary Odili the other day was speaking and said we shouldn't bring down the roof. What roof? We can't bring down the roof. This is our nation. And all we're asking for is, according to the book, the Constitution, do justice to all. Do justice to the system. The Nigerian state deserves justice. No one individual should be above the nation. Not one person. Not one person. So heaven will not fall if we get justice done tomorrow. And these 5 justices have an opportunity to save themselves and save Nigeria. Because should they uphold this illegality, then the Nigerian state is going to be seen as a crime scene, a crime center, where you just grab it, run with it, and that's what will be defined as election. So, first of all, to answer your question about POT tomorrow is the only candidate in that election that they announced. This so-called who is president now, in that election, is the only one who goes to places in the mosque, in the church, in supermarkets, in motor parks, and Nigerian people gather to receive him. So we know who was voted. We know who the Nigerian people voted, irrespective of the zone, whether north or anywhere Peter Obi goes to. The Nigerian people, including those in power, they struggle to take pictures with him. He is the legitimate candidate that won the election. So, however, should our Lord Justices, the 5 of them, decide otherwise and say, oh, like Justice Odili attempted to do, you know, because as far as I was concerned, she was acting a script. Of course, if you observed thoroughly in that outing, there were moments she wobbled because she was veering possibly off the script. That script won't work. No, it won't work because we, the Nigerian people, first of all, we own the legitimacy. We, the Nigerian people. And anybody who thinks that under this democratic dispensation that we can be gagged, that the Nigerian people can be stopped from expressing whatever their displeasure towards the system is, then they are joking.
Wow.
No, it's a joke. It's a huge joke.
Wow.
This is my country. Thank God you went out there to rest. I will not go anywhere to rest. Here is home. Here is home. If I can't rest here, then this is not home.
Wow.
All my life.
Wow.
And hear this. I said this with every sense of responsibility. All my life, I'm 46 years old today. I've only left Nigeria 3 days. Wow. Only 3 days, all my life. Wow. Where did I go to? The place where the Aburi Accord was signed. That's where I went to. I went to sit down there and feel the pulse of the founding fathers of this nation. So our Lord Justices need to understand the spirit behind our corporate existence as a people. This is an opportunity for us to institutionalize the system that would work for all.
Wow.
Or we promote a system that will be defined as plutocracy, which is government of the rich, by the rich, and for the rich.
Wow.
If that's what we want to practice here, fine. But if this is the democracy as we want, then they are joking to think that they can gag us.
One more time. Come on, appreciate.
Our Lord Justices will do justice.
Wow.
Should they not do justice? Well, unfortunately, they themselves would have been the ones that have defined for us that Nigeria is a chaotic place, a crime scene where during the election you don't need to be peaceful. You don't need to be. If you don't need to follow the books, you don't need to obey INEC. All you need to do is on that day grab it and run with it.
Wow.
That would be a sin.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Let's appreciate Mazi Namdi for that answer. Thank you. Thank you. By the way, I went to look for Lord Lugard. That's why I went to the UK.
That's good, man. That's good.
I went searching for him because I wanted to find out. I didn't go to rest. Went to find out.
How he joined this place with Flora Shaw, Northern and Southern Protectorate. That's what you went to find out.
I want, yes, to see him and thank him, really, because Lord Lugard did something beautiful. You don't know? Beautiful. And Flora Shaw, we have to thank her for life. Before you came, you know, Niger is from the word nigger, which means black.
Dark area.
Dark area. Even white comes from what? From darkness, from blackness. So we are the black people. Gold, uranium, everything that is good comes from what? And we were named after the most beautiful thing that can ever exist in humanity. Black people, we are the same people. And also, I wanted to ask him how he knew. The reason why Nigerians are the most industrious people, because we were formed out of trading. This is a trade center. Slavery trade, this is the trade center.
Yeah.
You know, some people make a joke and say, look at you people. Is it not just, do you know what it means that trade? Has money ever joined you and somebody? It is money that has joined the elite class together. That is why they don't. Do you understand? White supremacy, it is the sweetest thing that has brought us together. And River Niger is the spiritual river. We are spiritual people. We are, you know, you see, if you say you are Mami Water people, you think it's a joke. This microphone is Mami Water. It's just that they used it well, but came to disrupt us. So we are born out of blackness. We are black people. Industrious people. That's why anywhere you throw Nigerians, they take trade. Everywhere. The most, everything all over the world. So one more time, appreciate Lord Lugard. They didn't do, if God has destined you for greatness, even your enemy will call you your real name.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see him, but also I would have conked him small, you understand? But thank him. So, by the way, I just said that to say that is why I traveled. So 1-1. It was 1,000,001 before.
It's okay, bro.
All right. All right. Cargo, you are a young person. You have done fantastic. If tomorrow, and I like the fact that you can see, as a leader in the Atiku wing, if you are one of those judges tomorrow, number one, what are you going to do? And if Atiku is disqualified, what is going to happen?
First of all, God forbid bad thing. Che Igwe kwenu, Yoruba kwenu, Hausa kwenu, Nigeria kwenu. Lot of things have happened, and I am angry because this is supposed to be done more than like 2 months ago, not now. Wow. We should have come together to do things like this 2-3 months back so that we can unite properly and face the enemy. Enough of all these things that are happening. Nobody is asking any questions. These leaders, they have Nnamdi Azikiwe back then. They have Obafemi Awolowo back then. And also Sir Ahmadu Bello. But who do we have? We have nobody. These are people that build a better bridge for them to cross. But we have nothing. If Atiku is disqualified tomorrow, I don't want to talk now, but along the way I will talk before the programs end. It's not even going to happen because Atiku won the election. And we know what happened. We have all the records. They go around, all the Abado boys making noise, all sort of nonsense. Sorry to put the word nonsense. But we're going to just watch and see what they're going to do tomorrow. And nobody here, is there anybody here that read the Constitution here?
The question is, if Atiku is disqualified tomorrow, what is going to happen? It's a straight question. It's not for you to say whether if he's disqualified. We've answered that here for Tinubu, for Obi. If Atiku is disqualified, what is going to happen?
A lot of things is going to happen because enough is enough. We're not going to take it. We're going to watch it, and then we're going to take action on it because we know Atiku won his election. So we're going to stand for our rights, and then we're going to protect our votes. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought that deserved an applause. I mean, he's answering the question, right? Yeah. I want to ask Ibrahim Abdulkarim Malam, who will be the umpire if there is a rerun or a runoff in this election?
This is very tricky because I don't know, Gambo, Gambo cannot be, I cannot be, and the INEC that we took to court, I don't think, because the indictment is on who? So I think we can do something better. Maybe they can do, we have a lot of books, we can go through our edition and check and see if we can sack some people and see if we can have another.
No, but as we speak right now, Professor Yakub Mahmoud is still the chairman of INEC in Nigeria. The whole world is watching us here. Alhaji Ibrahim Abdulkarim, tomorrow is Judgment Day.
Yes.
We're here on ground zero in the capital city of Abuja.
Yes.
There is going to be judgment tomorrow.
Yes.
If there is a rerun or a runoff, Who is going to be the umpire of
Actually, it's not going to be INEC of Yakubu. We Nigerians will come out. It's not going to be him.
Dr. Peter, can we hear you?
It's not going to be.
Well, if we insist that this is not a banana republic, then we should really behave like we are not in a banana republic. If you are in the university and you fail an exam, what happens? You go for a receipt. So I don't see why we are all so frightened about this. We have the INEC chairman, and his name is Mahmoud Yakubu. So if he failed, and if the judicial system thinks he failed, then he should go for a receipt. And secondly, let's look at this dispassionately. Constitutionally, who appoints the INEC chairperson? Your constitution is so funny, and you're sitting here applauding Mo when he keeps on praising a criminal. You know, Mo has said beautiful things about a man that I know is a criminal. And you know the man, and they taught you a wrong history. And that's why my friend Mo traveled all the way to the UK searching for a criminal named Lugard, who criminally brought together people who have no cultural or ethnic ties together. And he created this problem we are faced with right now. So our constitution clearly says, except you change it, and you can't change it between now and tomorrow, that your president appoints the chairman of INEC. In other words, I appoint the person. You know, it's like Man U and Chelsea is going to play, and you tell the coach of Man U to appoint a referee. What were you thinking when you were writing this? So we already have an INEC chairman. His name is Mahmoud Yakubu, and I think he should conduct it again while we write his history for him.
Wow. Thank you very much, Doctor. What I'm trying to say is very simple. Somebody come up on television or and tell you he is going to grab it and run with it. So what I'm telling Nigerians is that if you see things that are not well written in the Constitution, it's right for us to sit like this and make sure that we change that what is affecting us so that we can do the right thing. We can't be complaining of things since 1960 and also always see it. That's why when Indy came on here, she said what? We should keep talking. Let me tell you what happens today. Is the talking that we continue doing that we have a presence today and we are talking, and tomorrow they are televising the, what they call it, they are televising the judgment. If we keep quiet and make reference to the old system and the faulty things around us, then they are going to keep on riding on what they are doing. We have to stick and stand to the change that we want. And we must create the change ourselves. And we are too many for that.
Wow. Wow. Give the mic. Can we appreciate it even much more than, come on now. I want to take on Ihioma just before I return to Uncle Gambo here. But we hear you loud and clear in the submissions that you have made. Is America part of our problem?
Dr. Mu, I know a musician.
You don't have a visa yet?
I know a musician that came from Nigeria. And he became one of the greatest artists in the world. And he sang one song, Suffer, suffer for work, enjoy for heaven. At the shopping, go they talk. Allahu Akuba. Open your eyes everywhere. Archbishop na miliki. Pope na enjoyment. To cut it short, that was what Fela said to us. And Fela sang a song, and he said it's suffering and smiling. The biggest problem we have is us, Nigerians. There is no America that is causing your problem. The day we wake up becomes our morning. We have been sleeping, and we're still sleeping. The day we decide to wake up as a country, When we want to say enough is enough, enough will be enough. One of the great problems we have is not America, it's not UK, it's not even the man who put us together criminally. It's because we have decided to sleep and keep quiet. And we're snoring. Now, the danger in where we are, you can be snoring in an AC room, it's understandable. But when you are snoring in a roof on fire, I think you need help. You are snoring in a tidious river. The sea is flowing you. There's turbulence and you are still snoring. The last time I checked, your name is not Jesus. I think that's the problem we're having in this country. We are still snoring. Brazenly, they took the election from you. The judges started what they do. I was watching social media yesterday and I was looking at all the election counting sections. All I was hearing was 75 OB. I go to Imo State, I was seeing 20 OB. I went to Lagos State, I was seeing where votes were counted. And I was looking for one place where they grab it, hold it, and run with it was counted. I didn't see anyone. Yet, they declared them winner. And we're still, blame nobody but yourself.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You know, one thing more. Just like what my brother here says, it's absolutely right. And we caused all this problem ourselves. Because we are also, we should have been coming onto a program like this for a very long time. It is in this same country whereby you will have somebody from Lagos. If there's a problem in Sokoto, he'll be like, I don't care, let them deal with their problem. Somebody from Kebbi, if there's a problem in Enugu, he'll be like, I don't care, let the Igbos go. This is where we got it wrong from the beginning. We are not united. And let me tell you one funny thing. You see, these are our leaders. They are not afraid of the youth, whether you like it or not, because they know we easily compromise. That is our biggest problem. Thank you.
That brings us to what you're saying is very, very serious. Remember the introduction we did here about the tool of politics, ethnicity, religion, and how they use that against us. In Europe and in the West, what they do is that they introduce black and white to divide the people. But when you come back home, they use religion and ethnicity to divide us and to continue.
Yes, sorry. Let me introduce something. The ever time Nigeria made progress in the history post-independent is when young people decided to take the bull by the hand. And they decided that this is the direction to go. Our leaders, whether they were military, whether they were civilians, as at that time, they made progress. Please, check their age gaps and brackets. Find out those people who made progress. The Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Awolowos, how old were they when they were making progress? 40s. How come you and I are standing here and let ancestors rule us and tell us where to go, and yet we refuse to stand up? How come we are standing here? Ancestors are making decisions for young people. My mates out there are out of politics. I'm 52. Out there, my mates are out of politics. They're supposed to be leading people, but I'm still waiting for the youth who will be the last of tomorrow. I don't know what you're waiting for. I think it's time to stand up.
Kai.
Thank you.
I'm coming. I want to ask Mama Yara. I was in Lagos 4 days ago. The streets of Lagos was empty. I saw mothers trekking and walking because they can't even afford transportation. Mama Yara, I don't know whether you trek and came here. What are the women going to do? Because I saw mothers, and I don't know how to react to it, but what message? He's spoken to the youth that will allow, in any case, the reason we are here, because we have more questions for some people, and that's why you can see the question we're asking objectively, but fearlessly. And somebody said, if Tinubu is disqualified tomorrow, nothing's going to happen. And yes, some people expect I will be disqualified. Because I'm not the one that said it. But primary school, certificate, no day. Secondary school, university,
no day.
Chicago State University had to close all their portals because Nigerians bombarded it. So while I agree that Nigerian youth Yeah, what we haven't done is break down the system. But Nigerian youths are awake. They are awake. There is an elephant. A lion has been touched. And that lion is not going to sleep anymore. No, let me tell you, inside this place, I know there are DSS inside this place sitting down. And they are watching it right now in G20, and they are watching our program. You don't know they are watching? There is no other place on earth that this meeting is happening. It's only happening here in Abuja. The fact that this meeting can happen shows that we are fearless, number one. Number two, we know our rights. And we are waiting for them to do what they will do tomorrow. Are we not waiting for them? Are you not waiting for them? That we did protest for 70 days and did not destroy Abuja is because we know our right. But Mamaya, before you answer that, now that we're touching on the heat of this, Dr. Peter, is military action an option for us? Let's go to the meat of this discussion. Because I'm coming for Prof. You're talking something. If the youths have known their right, they've come out to demonstrate and march everywhere. And yet, because we said, particularly, let me say this, because, and I will say it here, because P.O. said, don't be violent. He said, don't be violent. Otherwise, I can tell you that the worst of people are part of the obedient. We know how to snatch too. We know how to grab too. We know how to run too. You think PDP youth cannot do that? They can do it, but they chose not to because this is our house. And what you are doing, are you up there? Do you have the video of Falana? It's 3 minutes. Please play it right now. Play it right now before Dr. Peter responds to that. Play that video right now. So that let's hear as we attend to this question. This is Dr. Haruna Goro. Go to the next one. You people saw your president and you are mourning. Why are you mourning? Okay, play this, let's see. While you look for, just play this, let's see. Go back to Dr. Haruna Goro. Go back to Dr. Haruna Goro and see. Play it. Let's listen. Take a listen.
Hello, fellow Nigerians. A lot is happening. A lot is happening. This is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. It's been a while, but I need to bring you up to date with what is happening in Africa. And if we are not careful, we will have something like that in Nigeria. Did you just hear what happened in Gabon? Let's not think that this may not happen in Nigeria. I want you to listen to what former President Jonathan said. He was virtually warning us as Nigerians, talking to those people who think that what is happening now with the young people are just disgusted with the way that elections are being done. The people that did not win elections are the ones that they are enthroning as presidents over nations. And that's why the people are standing up. Let's not be surprised if that happens in Nigeria. Don't sit down there and say, no, Nigeria is different. Was Nigeria not having many coups before? Is it because we have this thing we call democracy that is a sham? We all know that Tinubu was not legitimately elected by the people. That's why we must be careful. We are calling on the judges that are sitting on the election tribunal to make sure there is justice if they want peace in Nigeria. I want you to listen to what former President Jonathan has to say. Remember, during Jonathan's time, he said his ambition or his wanting to go a second term is not worth the blood of one Nigerian. That's why peacefully he relinquished power. But the current ones we see today, they want to hold on to power by hook or by crook. And that's why Jonathan is warning. We shouldn't think that because we have peace now, that it will be like that forever. I want you to watch it. Let me know what you have to say. What do you think about Nigeria?
Let me use this opportunity to advise us who are politicians and those of us who are in the security services that while we are doing the job we are meant to do, let us not because the judiciary is very conservative, try to blackmail them or squeeze them. Sometimes when we have political powers, we get blinded. They say sometimes your wisdom is consumed with confidence. When we bear the big name, president, governor, all the speakers and so on, we become so blinded, especially even in the security services. When you're holding certain positions, become so blinded. But society is changing, and we must learn, we must admonish ourselves. And civil society is becoming very, very active. And certain things that probably we do and get away with it, we may not get away with it tomorrow. If we take laws into our hands and try to squeeze society, young people will react. It happens when I was a president in a sister country, Burkina Faso, where by their law, if the president is not there because they have no vice president, it's the speaker of the parliament that will take over the country and manage the country. The president wanted to amend the constitution so he go for a third tenure. And from the thinking of society, the parliament was compromised, so the speaker was to do it. The young people in Burkina Faso, the civil society, they mobilized and moved in to the parliament to kill the speaker. The security people couldn't defend it. The speaker has to run away. They burned down the parliament, the national parliament of that country. The mob moved into the state house to attack the president. The president defense squad that was even stronger than national army couldn't stop the mass movement. Otherwise, you kill everybody. The president has to run to Côte d'Ivoire. The country was in a quagmire. Their constitution said the president is not there, the speaker. Now the president ran away, the speaker ran away. Nobody to take over power. The military have to step in. So we, the politicians, and those of us who are holding sensitive security positions should know that society is changing so much and that we should do everything based on the rule of law.
We are all seeing what is happening in West Africa, how the military is taking over many of our African states. And don't sit down there and think that Nigeria is any different. You push the people to the wall, you never can tell what they are capable of doing. And that's why we are calling on the judiciary to do the right thing. See what just happened in Niger. We're not even done with that. And then there was an election last Saturday in Gabon. And they again stole the election, rigged the election, and this man wants to continue. Somebody that has been there 2 times and his family have been there for about 50 years or more, and he wants to go a 3rd time. And the people didn't vote him, but they used the Electoral Commission to rig him in. This has been happening from one nation to the other in Africa. When will this thing stop? That's why the army are now taking over power in Gabon after the election was rigged. And President Ali Bongo is said to be the one that has won the election. Obviously, the people didn't vote for him, but he forced himself on the people. So that's why the army came out and took over power. And he was there under house arrest, telling his supporters to go out. And we waited to see where the supporters were. And when the army came out, and now that they have taken over power, the nation, they went into celebration. People were all on the street cheering the army.
Another day, another military coup in Africa. This time in the Central African country, Gabon, where crowds are celebrating the toppling of 14-year President Ali Bongo, whose family have held power since 1967. A mutiny that unfolded shortly after his re-election announcement.
Les élections générales du 26 août 2023.
The general elections of August the 28th, 2023, as well as its fall.
Thank you. Can we celebrate Dr. Haruna Goro? He's been consistent from day one, speaking truth to power fearlessly. He has been attacked several times. People have called him and spoken all kinds of things to him, but he has consistently maintained to continue to speak truth to power. I believe that the military cannot take over government in Nigeria, Dr. Peter. I know they will not, and they cannot, and they should not. Is military coup an option?
Let me begin by singing the national anthem of your country, you Nigerians. Let's interpret the content. The first word is what? Arise. Just forget every other thing. The very first word in your national anthem is what? Arise. Is that not your national anthem? Did it tell you to sit down? So why don't we think? Did the national anthem tell you to calm down? Is it calm down, oh compatriots? Is it cool down, oh compatriots? What does it say? Now, when the politicians twist the populace to the point that they can no longer arise, just like what happened in Lekki toll gates, where the youths, following what their own national anthem has told them, they arose. They came out in public. Who shot the youths? Who killed the youths? Who killed the youths? So when the youths arose, they did exactly what their constitution, what their national anthem told them to do, and these soldiers shot them. All options are on the table. If tomorrow the soldiers decide to do what the national anthem says, arise, O compatriots. Nigeria's what? Call. What do you do to the call? Obey. Be obedient. The national anthem has told you to be obedient when there is a call. There is a call at the moment. And if the youth tried it and they were shot down, and if another man with a gun decides to arise, he didn't do anything wrong. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Prof, I want you to come up for a minute. Please come up. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Chris Mwakobia, just a break in interlude. Just come up for a minute. Just come up here because you're going to be talking to us right now. By the way, one more time, put your hands together for Dr. Peter Piper for his submission. Professor Chris, I'm bringing you up not for your keynote yet, but because I needed to break something. Please come up here. You have to come up here. Just stand right there. If you want to sit, that's okay. But we want to ask you something very, very interesting because we are online, people are sending different questions, and this is directed to you because some people want to understand. Somebody said that you are a lawyer. They want to know. They want to know the difference between the question that is yours now. What they call the technical. Okay, good. Substantial and technical. What does that mean? Because we are hearing that on the grounds of technicality, anything is possible. We want to understand, just like Piper helped us to understand rerun and what? And runoff and off-run. What is it about this? We are lay people, so that tomorrow we are not confused about the televisation of what is going to happen tomorrow. And by the way, as you're answering that, as a lawyer too, we want to know, because some of the lawyers in both the PDP and the Labour Party and the APM had requested that the hearing be televised, but it was never televised. But now we are having the judgment being televised. We need you to attend to this as a lawyer yourself very quickly.
Well, about 4 weeks ago, I posted something that's been trending for a while now, which is no to technicalities. Oftentimes people hide behind semantics and mantra to deceive. Oftentimes people hide behind it to do injustice. Oftentimes people hide behind it to delude, denude, and cover truth. But here we have facts that are as lucid as daybreak. Here we have a case that is as glaring, like Gandhi would say, as the Himalayas. We have a case that is obviously incontrovertible I've heard people talk about 25% of Abuja. What technicality will defeat that? I've heard people talk about the fact that there was a forfeiture in the US. What technicality will cover throw that in the dustbin? I've heard people talk about double nomination. These are fundamental issues. You know, you can hide behind technicalities to deceive when the facts are not as glaring as Olympic. And so I have said, and I want to repeat here, it was one great author who said, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we're practiced to deceive. Sir Walter Scott. They have thrown two teasers before the world, two teasers before you. Gazama has thrown his. Mary Odili, for all you care, I was thinking very early this morning, and I just said, oh, ODILI. What could that pass for? Is it overwhelming debauchery? Is it illicit, lascivious ideals? Those are the letters of that name. You know, we had before us the worst electoral lesson in our country's history. And someone is saying that if you go to court and you don't get justice, you be calm, don't pull down the roof. It was that Catholic American president that said a long time ago, John F. Kennedy, that those who make peaceful change impossible make violent change inevitable. These are truism beyond doubts. And when they try to tell you, because the new debate is not necessarily the difference between military rule and democracy, but they are trying to throw before us the difference between autocracy and military rule. And I think they are Siamese twins. One cannot replace the other. If you refuse to allow the rule of law, if you refuse to allow the transparency of the electoral process, if you refuse to allow the people to express their rights through transparent electioneering process, what do you get? At best, you get autocracy, and autocracy is not democracy. At best, you get what people have now couched as civilian coup. So, for those who think that the judiciary can hide behind technicalities and complexities, I think that the truth is that the first time in our historicity, and that's my word for those who think that the young people aren't doing enough. I think that the young boys and young girls, our brothers and sisters and the obedience out there have broken all records across our world. In electioneering processes, they've taught the world a new lesson. You know what it is? From 2, 3, 4 persons tweeting in a room, we became the superstructure. You know, at some point they said we didn't have a structure, but we became the superstructure. And we won an election fair and square. And those who think that they are masters of subterfuge, deceit, debauchery, and larceny, think that they can cower the people. I told one of my aides this morning, I said, well, I've made up my mind. If you come to my car, my truck out there, you see I have change of clothes, I have my toiletries. I'm used to it. I've made up my mind. And in my tweet yesterday, I told the world, I said, you don't beat a child and refuse a child the right to cry. Those who are threatening us have beaten us silly. They took our mandate away and they don't want us to cry. Who does that? And I said, open the prison yards. Open the prison yards. Oh, well, they say, okay, he's used to it. Yes, I'm 52, interestingly. And of that 52 years of my life, I spent 8 years and 2 months in one custody or the other. So I'm a veteran in creative suffering. I'm not scared. I understand that creative suffering is redemptive. I understand that if you must save a nation and save a people, you must be ready to look in the eyes of a jailer and say, I'm here not because I'm a criminal. I'm here because my moral commitment to justice and to a better society is higher than yours.
Thank you, Prof.
So do not worry, victory will come. The darkest point of the night is closest to morning. I'll drop the mic on this note. I've always told those who care to listen to me that one of the strongest statements that appeals to my soul were those words written long time ago by James Lowell. He said, wrong forever on the throne, truth forever on the scaffold. That same truth on the scaffold sways the future. For behind the dim unknown, oh yeah, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, you're bothered and you're troubled and you're giving up. Don't give up. Behind the dim unknown standeth God in the shadows, keeping watch above his own. They can't cower us. They won't take our victory and go to sleep. He who takes what belongs to a child and lifts his hands up will suffer the pain in our trophy. And I tell you, God on the throne, the victory we won on the 25th day of the second month of the year of our Lord 2023 is sacrosanct, and we will get it back. God bless you.
Hold on there, you. I mean, can we put our hands together for that? Even whether you understand it or not, a professor has spoken, so just clap and enjoy all the meandering of grammar and the eloquence of beautiful. Professor Chris Mwakubia, before I take the microphone from you and return back to you, please. Here are people who don't understand English too much. Tell us, show us an example. This, I don't know if it's a human being. This technicality, give us an example so that by tomorrow we will not be shocked. This technicality, give us a simple example. For example, if they say, based on whatever technicality, article or will be or somebody know, who be this technicality?
No, the few won't hide behind, the few won't hide behind issues, then go say, Peter Obi not join Labour Party 30 days before the election. And then who determines the lifespan of choice in political party membership?
So that's an example of technicality.
And the courts have settled that long time ago. They feel hide behind that. They feel hide behind the fact that this issue about forfeiture happened more than 10 years ago. And then they go hide behind the fact that, in some parts of the Constitution, then go say, if it's more than 10 years, you can. They feel hide behind issues about this Abuja, 2/3 of, then they go say, okay, because some, they've thrown it in the public domain, that, if you've done more than 24 states, why not add, since he won, up to 27 states, Abuja? But these are all deceits, because the law is clear. And you see, God who runs, that's why I quoted James Lowell, truth forever on the scaffold, falsehood forever on the throne. Truth sways the future. Let me tell you how God orchestrated this moment. And some don't understand that there is the marvelous hand of God in what is happening in our country. This same chief judge of the federation ruled on some of these fundamentals. He was involved in deciding that 2/3 of Abuja must be complied with. He was involved in determining issues pertaining forfeiture. He was actually the one who said that forfeiture is punitive, is for a crime. It's not just a civil thing, it's criminal. And I don't know how he's going to eat
You mean he said all of these things?
I don't know how he's going to eat his vomit. That's why we're saying that the time has come for people to understand, really.
Oh, Prof, I'm going to get back to you, but it shows that tomorrow is going to be some interesting time in Nigeria and in Africa and in the world, don't you think?
Make them not try us. Make them not try us.
I'll be back to you shortly, but I want to ask Mr. Gambo right here.
Sorry, Mr. Moore, a quick one, please.
I'll get back to you.
Just a quick one, please. Sorry, sir.
Okay.
And I am not
and obedient. I'm
No,
an
we know
articulate.
that.
I just want people to know. I just want people to, to get it clear. But doctor said something about being technicality of the thing, that Obi will be disqualified based on not joining the party 30 days after also. Well, the PDP took APC to court just recently about Vice President, double nomination, Kashim, Shatima Kashim. And court says it's a party affair. So I believe that technicality,
wow.
it's a party affair too for the Labour Party.
Oh, I think that's a good one. That's okay.
Let me add to this.
Okay.
One of the things, because I was part of those electoral reform with Plaque and Yaga, one of the things the 30 days wanted to cure was not for party registration as it relates to membership to contest election. It was the fact that primaries of political parties were riddled with irregularities and fraud. For the fact that party membership, when you want to do indirect or direct, they call it primaries, you need to register your members at INEC, in INEC, so that when the party primaries come for the direct primaries, that members of the party will participate. It do not be easy for the governors in the state, the emperors, and usually manipulate our electoral system to favor their selfish interests, to manipulate that primaries. So that was what the 30 days was meant to cure, not membership of a political party, because it's very clear that the Constitution said that you shall belong to a political party, an association, or a trade union that your interest is protected. And there was no gap to say, if you don't participate, if you don't join the party at this point in time, you will not be able to contest an election.
Wow.
Party membership is a continuous process. If you can even register a day before election, you can register on election day, because the Constitution has given that as a free movement, it's a freedom, it's your right. Right to participation, right to be involved.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we appreciate that? So we all know what technicality is, don't we? That demon or angel called technicality. Prof.
More can I say something that's
yes.
important? Because if you oblige criminality and wickedness, it's your failure. Until judgment is read tomorrow, the judges have all the time in the world to do what is proper, right, and right. So let us, like the evangelicals, keep them on their toes tonight. Let us tweet, talk, chat, use all the vehicles available. You know how we built this momentum? Let us do that every second, every hour, because you know what? Like my brother said, when there's a call to nationhood, arise and obey. We are the grail bearers of a hope that we represent. If you turn your eyes, the thief will steal it. We made mistakes post-election. And I'm not here to talk about the calmness or the meekness of our principal. My apologies to my brother here, who is with Atiku, because he stepped out on the street twice or so. But that's not the issue. We're at that point where it's your right to make sure that the judges do right.
Thank you.
We're at that point where you must keep them on their toes. We're at that point where you must tell them that you know the law. You know, it was Niyo Sundari that said a long time ago, who said, because they keep telling you, oh, you guys criticize too much, do you know the law? And he said, who says that a man cannot criticize the shape of a house except he's himself an architect? Nobody says that. I have read enough of the law. You know enough of the law. Every obedient today is by association a lawyer. Because every day you read a legal opinion. Every day you post and repost a legal opinion. So tell them that you know enough. Tell them that and does not mean what those who hate our country has been saying. That and means and. That if you get 24 states, you must get Abuja. If you don't have Abuja, you are an illegitimate president.
Thank you.
If you don't get Abuja, you are an impostor. Mo, I know you might not be used to this part, but please allow me 1 minute. Tweet it. If you're not strong enough, tag me, I will retweet it. Let us go ahead and tell them that this is our night of vigil. That we're standing toe to toe with you. I don't know whether you feel the pain I feel. I wake up in the morning, I have like 100 text messages. I'm not a robber like them. It's one person saying, oh, no food in the house, no money here, no this, no that, no that, no that. And we have never seen this level of poverty before. And you think I can cope with this for the next 4 years? Who the hell is talking shit? How? Let them know. Tell the judges that we cannot stand this degree of madness. They can't give what they do not have. You can see it now. My late father said, when a man starts dancing, you know where the dance is headed. Their first few steps is 100 days now. What have they given you? Hunger, disease, despondency, want, frustration, suicide, torment, torture. Oh, come on. More.
Thank you. In 3 minutes, Dr. Barry, please come up here. We just want to, Dr. Barry, come. Just run up here quickly before I get to Mr. Gambo. Just come. I appreciate Dr. Barry as he comes up here. We just want to take some teasers from a few people. Dr. Barry, take the microphone. Tell us, can this government, this present government, can it ever have legitimacy?
No. Never.
Why?
The reason is because Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu remains an illegitimate president of Nigeria. Whether you like it or not, we are not going to take any bullshit from anybody. This is the last of the generation any government will mess with. I said it before, and I will say it again. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. Nigeria belongs to all of us. If you sit down here and think because you ate granite and corn and drank water and you are still alive, you will not join us tomorrow, God will punish you and your generation. We are going to take Nigeria, whether they like it or not. I came here to tell the world that we need to end Nigeria. If the center cannot hold, let us end it. And let us be in the water. If you don't take Nigeria now, Nigeria will take you. If you believe, say I. If you believe, say I. If you believe, say I. If you don't believe, say nay. Give me one stick. The eyes have it. Come on. The eyes have it.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Barry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Barry. Thank you. The world is hearing you. We're here. I mean, because like I said before we started, for those who are shaky, CY is the chairman of the Bar Association. And he came out and he said that regardless of what you think or whoever anybody thinks, that Asiwaju is the president of Nigeria. And if they are bold enough to say it, don't let anybody cower you from saying your own. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. Can you hear me? Don't ever, that day will not be born where there will be people who can get up and just do anyhow they want, and we will not be able to do what we want. And if I hear what Professor Chris and others have said today, this technicality, any technicality that will stop Obi, that technicality will stop Atiku. That technicality will stop, it will stop Omilocom, because of all the people. There are more contradictions. There are more technicalities, even more for Asiwaju than any of them. Supposing that technicality will happen tomorrow. That's all we're saying. If technicality can happen, then in fact it will begin from number 1 downwards. Am I correct or what? But Uncle Gambo, can technicality ever be taken out of Nigerian court?
Me, I go stand up. Oh. Then they said then be 52, 32, 92. I am 66. When I went to school in France, I was spending naira. My BTA was 180 naira that my father gave me. 180, and that was what I was spending, naira. Not French francs, not pounds, not dollar. I was spending naira. My friends that went to US were spending naira. Those who went to UK, we were going on vacation, moving from one country to the other, spending naira. We started getting problem from Murtala. I'm giving you history. Going down because I've been in Nigeria. I refused to stay in France. Even when I have the privilege to do my PhD in France, I came back to Nigeria to do my education here because I was not accommodated. They said, in a sweep pas bien adapté. I wasn't adaptable in France. Nigeria is my country. Coming back to the election, I'm surprised that I even have PDP here.
Sorry, for those who are going, I know we are live.
Yes, please.
Not that they can leave, but ensure that they get provisions, okay, so that it's okay. It's been a long day. Please appreciate those who are going. The hall has been filled to the brim. It's so beautiful. You go home, people are still watching. You continue to watch. Some are going as far. They're going very far, so it's important. That's okay. Please.
Now, because of why I come into Labour Party, to me, it was a desecration to identify myself with any other political party in Nigeria. I contested under Zero Party to be a member of the National Constitutional Conference during Abacha because it was Zero Party. Because I felt there was no party that was a party. It was a collection of rogues, a collection of thieves, a collection of oppressors, a collection of domineering people who want to oppress other people. And I am somebody who believes in freedom. And today, I stand on the platform of freedom. When Obi came out, I had to go down to dig about the man, Peter Obi, and I found out he's a man who never knew himself. He's a man who was protected, put a hedge around him by God Almighty.
We know you will do, you have given your life for this, we know that.
Now,
because we have so much to deal with.
Gentlemen, the
Tell
legality issues,
yes.
issue on legalities, I'm not one who fears. If you have handcuffs here, I know most of the DSS and whatever, I must have taught them. If you have handcuffs here, please, when I'm leaving, put one. I'm ready to take it. I've been there before. Technicalities is a farce. In this case, there is nothing that will come as technicalities. The judges know the truth. The truth, he has said it. It is crystal clear. 25% is crystal. He has been indicted on narcotics. He doesn't have NYSC. He doesn't have secondary school. He doesn't have... What does he have? Nothing. Why should he be my president? When I went to the university to secure all the degrees I have, and today I want an illiterate person to be my president. Not by my choice, not by your choice. Even if he said he scored 80 million votes, how many votes did PDP got? Another 8 million. They are claiming Labour Party had what? 6 million. 14 million Nigerians did say they don't like him. Why should he be our president?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Let's, we're going to run in where's the mic? Let me just take the mic. Yes. We're going to keep it within 2 minutes because we also have some people in the audience that we have to. Mama, give your message.
Yes. Good
2
afternoon,
minutes.
Obedient and any other person that is
Nigerians.
here. Nigerians. I am Mama Do, not Mama Yara, because we have different mamas in this journey that we are in. Yes, we were asked, why are women involved? Yes, gone are the day that women were not taking. Women were at home, taking care of the home. But when we discover that men cannot do it alone, we have to arise just like we are asked to rise. So we have to, because if you go into a home that is having no woman, that home is not looking like a home. If Nigeria did not take women alone in their journey, in their planning, Nigeria can never be what we want it to be. It can't be a suitable place for us. That is why no woman, no nation. No woman, no home, no nation. And we also know that no man, no jiggy jiggy. Therefore, women should be allowed to have a say in whatever is happening. Before I left Nyanya today, as if I would turn back, I said I'm not turning back. Because we went to different nook and corners of this nation in rallies, campaigning to see that our pains have been reduced by getting who we are looking for. But the pains increased when we did not get what we are looking for. I continue to encourage women, children, don't be tired, don't be frustrated. God in heaven knows what we are into. And God is not silent over the pains, the bad feelings we are going through. He knows what he's doing, and he will surely do what will salvage this nation. For me, children. I'm a grandmother. Children, because the pace is always in women and children. That is why we too come up. We arise. We have risen to see that we do what the first standard, the first sentence of the national anthem said. Thank you. I would not like to disturb, to waste most of your time. I can see some of us naganyanwana manza the matter anang. Za ku ce me ake fadi anan. Ya an kira ku kai ku zo kallon television. Ba television ba. Abinda za ta taimake mu ne. Tunda muka tashi daga farko mun shiga kowane lungu muna ta campaign. Mun gaji da wahala da muke ciki. Mu mama da yara mu muke shan wuyan. Kamun namiji ya zo uwa ta riga ta sha wuya ta gaji da yaranta. Shi yasa mu mata muka tashi mu ce bari mu shiga cikin jirgin tafiyan nan mu ga inda zai kai mu. Saboda haka ka ku ce ba yi da yaren da za ku ji ba, ku kun gaji ba za ku zauna ba. Na ga yawancin ku suna tafiya, kar ku tafi, ku dawo mu zauna tare, mu yi yaki nan yanda za mu cice kanmu da kasar mu gabadiya. Na gode. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The women have arisen. They've arose, they've all the rising, everything is already up, and there's no going down again. One more time, celebrate Mama, door to door, here today. In 2 minutes, let's hear from the young people, the young lady. Maureen, just make your submission quickly, and then we can go.
Are youth here? Are youth here? Are you risen? Are you still sleeping? Are we ready to stand? For how long are you willing to stand? Until our demand, until our rights are being given to us. I'm a youth. I know what I've done. I know how much I've invested. I know my sacrifices. And when someone said youths have not risen up, we have risen. We are not sleeping. The time which we were sleeping has passed. Now, let me give an example. The people that invaded the presidential villa in Sri Lanka were the youth. And they were not different from us. We have given everything. We have gotten all the encouragement, all the platforms to take what is ours has been given to us. It's our time to stand up for our right. The president, INEC select president, said they should take it, snatch it, and run with it. We are going to snatch our rights. We are going to take what rightfully belongs to us. We know our right and we are ready.
Thank you.
To do it.
Thank
the
you.
Judges, they know what to do. They do the right thing. And if they don't do the right thing, we are no longer sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll take it. Thank you.
Thank you. And we appreciate Maureen representing the youth here. We'll take a submission from, because it came, Cargo, maybe you make your 2-minute submission and then we go back to Musa Bil Yaminu for his submission. Is that okay? Okay. Now what we're going to do, you do your submission before you do that, Mama, we can excuse you now. You can go. Please put your hands together for Mama door to door. Also, Maureen, you can find your way. We have very salient, very serious questions from the online that we need to attend to. But we'll just take 1 and 2 minute submission, clear the stage, and then we can do that. Is that okay? Yes. Is that okay?
I want to thank each and every one of you.
I'll go just 2 minutes so we can do
Yes,
that.
thank you. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. We, the PDP youths, are law-abiding citizens, and we respect the rules of law, and will forever respect that. But I have a message to Asari Dokubo. Some of us are more dangerous than Asari Dokubo. It's just that we are law-abiding citizens. Let him get that to his core, and we are ready for him tomorrow. Thank you.
It's important to know what the issues are. What are the issues? One, all Nigerians want is justice. All they want is justice, not colored in how they call it, criminalities. That's what Nigeria wants. Nigeria wants justice. Justice for their vote. Justice for their reality. Justice for the progress and development of our people. Nigerians have suffered enough. And this justice is the fact that INEC made promises. They made promises before the election. You can see Festus Okoye on TV making promises. Yakub Mahmoud was on TV making promises. What are these promises? The Electoral Act stated that INEC will make law, we determine by which way the election result will be transmitted. And INEC settled for dual transmission process, dual accreditation and transmission process, to say that the fact is that they will use IRF and they will use BVAS to transmit this result to an online portal. It is in their own written manual. It is in the written manual of INEC. These are the issues. And INEC said it in their written manual, signed by Professor Mahmoud Yakub, that when the election day comes, because the fraud in our electoral system is very clear, and the fraud occurs when you are transporting the election result from the polling unit to the ward collation center. Those who have powers, who have put our people in a state of endemic poverty, they will relay the result, they will rewrite the result, and they will announce the winner, because the law says anybody who has been announced, you cannot reverse except you go to court. These are the issues. So INEC now agreed with international communities, with the Interparty Advisory Council. I was there. That's why it's so painful, and I believe them. PLAC did their own. Yaga did their own. INEC now agree that on election day, that they will transmit this through electronic device to give electoral integrity to our election, to give hope to our people. To our surprise, INEC stole that hope on election day. It was stolen. Because why? INEC shifted the goalpost on election day. And people started writing results. And people started manipulating the result. And for that reason, the vote you thumb-printed and thumb-printed for your own favorite candidate, for your own chosen candidate, as enshrined in our constitution, the authority given to you to elect whoever will govern us, was taken without your consent. And tomorrow, the judiciary should know that what we voted for was good road. What we voted for was somebody who have capacity and knowledge of the economic system. What we voted for was amenities in our communities. What we voted for is health care. What we voted for is good, free education for our people. What we voted for is subsidy with plans. Subsidy removal with plans. Not unplanned subsidy removal that has jacked the price of rice from 46,000 to 48,000 naira. Naira to 1,000, heading up to 1,000 naira. It has made the economic reality of our people so hard that, like my brother professor said, saying this in tears, that is so painful how Nigerians survive on a daily basis. We can't look, this country belongs to you. This country belongs to us. We are all stakeholders in the affairs of Nigeria. Nobody owns Nigeria more than the other. And I do not think that God made a mistake when he made us one country. I think that in our diversity, in our population, in our different culture and different tongues, we have made one great strength. And that's why we're the conquerors of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief Peter Ame, for that beautiful submission. We'll go straight away to the DG, Ibrahim Abdulkarim.
Thank you very much. One thing I will be very happy to announce to every one of you here is that this is the most important movement I have ever seen in my life. You can clap for yourself. I have joined the Labour movement, the Labour Party, and the Obedient movement. All I have seen all through is a group of young people that always educate themselves. It's not a group of people that are just following. They always want to know how and why. Why are things happening? I follow the balance space, parallel facts. A lot of people you see, Ms. Pals, if you see her on Twitter, trying to educate Nigerians on every sitting in the PEP. Every sitting of the tribunal. They will go there, they will write word to word what is happening. I have not seen any APC person doing that. I have not seen anybody from PDP doing that, to my own knowledge. But what I see is that what will set you free is knowledge. Because knowledge is healing. And why this government is having so much trouble with obedient movement is that they stick to knowledge and facts. And they just want people just to follow them. I'm from the north. If you're a politician in the north, nobody asks you a question. You just follow. Everybody follows. I was part of Buhari movement. I know how we run. We just follow. But I see a movement that even if Peter is going this way, they'll say, no, come back, that here we won't go.
Yeah, come on now.
So he pushed them and they pushed him. We want to go and burn the country. He said, no, if it comes from me, we should not do it that way. They follow. So what I see a synergy between the led and the leading. All people are trying to follow and fuse together. And I see the young and I see the old, where there is no any demarcation. If there's a PDP or APC sitting here, it's going in the name of the who, and they will see nothing because they don't.
Come on now, come on. Come on.
So I think this is the best thing that have ever happened to Nigeria. And I told people, obedient movement is going to stay in the next 100 years. You know why? Because they have something doing. They are not just political jobbers. They are not looking for somebody. Some people are media houses, professors. That's how you see the names. So it's not something that you say, by tomorrow you don't see Dr. Mo again. No, you see Dr. Mo in the next 100 years. You will see his write-ups. You will see all this program documented and everybody will see it. This is why you'll be happy seeing yourself in the midst of this kind of movement. It's not going to, we are not going to stop till we get what? The Nigeria of our dream. That new Nigeria we're talking about, no matter what will happen in this country, we must get the Nigeria of our dream. Thank you very much.
I mean, yeah, Aleji, you know what you said? We had principle. In fact, the DG of the Obidadi Campaign Council, he was to make a submission. He's not afraid, he's not anything. He said, let's give the young people. He was the one that ensured that Maureen came out. Ambassador Kesh, they all came. I've never seen that in any party. Of course, they are willing, more than willing to speak, but they are saying, let's have the young people. We have leaders of the CSG. We have Dr. Charles. They've been sitting. Look at, what's her name? Angel is principal actors, all sitting. This is something completely new. And it will remain forever because this is what change is about. This is what revolution is about. And it is being televised. Tomorrow, not tomorrow. Isn't that why we're here? Yeah. Uncle, let's have your your submission.
Yeah, this is our moment of decision. We either make it or we might. We either take our country back and put it on the right track, or we lose everything. Nigeria will turn to be like the USSR. It is not my prayer. It is that we come back to be as one strong, indivisible nation. It is us that will determine that, not the judiciary, not the people in government, we that are seated here. So, this is our moment of what? Decision. This is our moment of what? This is our moment of what? Either we make it or we might. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I will sing a motivational song that you all know how to sing. And for the first time, I want you, as you're singing the song, listen to yourself as you enunciate the words and begin to ask what it means to you. The song I'm going to sing doesn't even have a title, but the first word in that song is arise. The song didn't begin with calm down. It didn't say cool down. Your national anthem is telling you to do what? So let's sing it with passion.
Let's stand up, everybody. Come on now.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey. To do what? To serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. Why? The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with hearts and mind, one nation bound in freedom, then peace and unity. Thank you, Nigerians.
Come on, we can clap better than that, Nigeria. Indeed, make your 2-minute submission. Okay, you make our submission and then we'll come back to Mr. Nnamdi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Right, I am back again. And this time around, I'm not going to be saying much. I've said almost everything I needed to say. But one thing I will say to you is that the problem of Africa is our problem. The problem of this country is our problem. Not people from the East or the West or it's a collective problem. And it's for us to solve it. You look on to America, you look on to Russia, United Kingdom, China, they will not do anything for you. So I am here in Africa, in my father's land. I'm a Nigerian. And I am saying to all of you that this is a time for us to wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee. This is the time. This is the time. It is not tomorrow. It is not next tomorrow. Today is the day. So let's start. Let's wake up and start fighting for what belongs to us. Our country belongs to us, every one of us. So arise and let us do this together. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me have it. Come on, appreciate Ndidi Mbabu.
Yes. I rather stand at this time. Let me prick the conscience of our Lord Justices. Even us on this side are not more Nigerians than you. You have family. You have community. You have a nation. So if you are excluded, what about those around you? If you can't save yourself, who will? If you allow these shenanigans to succeed, how safe will you be? If you would but give the black community some sense of pride, that we are not animals, and that we deserve better than what we are being given. If you but just save yourself, and this nation would have been saved. Technicality is simply corruption. Don't embrace it. That's what it is, my Lord Justices. You come with technicalities. What it states clearly is that you adopted corruption. Nigeria is your country. Without Nigeria, Africa will not rise. Without Africa, the black community on earth will not be respected. So history beckons. History beckons. Make a name for yourself, for your children, and for your family, for nation. Heaven will not fall. Correct this ill. Correct this injustice. Correct this evil. Do not enthrone civilian coup if you will not allow military coup. Please, do not enthrone civilian coup if military coup is not right. But by the way, are the military not Nigerians? Are we more Nigerians than they are? So if the nation is in this irrepressible state, who said the Nigerian in a military uniform cannot save Nigeria? How is that a problem? Is a palace coup without a drop of blood not better than a civilian coup that allowed people to be killed? What are we even saying? It happened in Nigeria, no blood was dropped. In Gabon, no drop of blood. But the so-called democracy that they want us to embrace, people were killed in different parts of Nigeria. And they say we should rather embrace that one. My Lord Justices, you have an opportunity to save Nigeria. All is in your hand. The ball is now in your court. May Nigeria win.
May Nigeria win.
May Nigeria win.
May Nigeria win.
Tomorrow, 6th February 2023. May Nigeria win.
Thank you, sir.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. I think this submission by my brother and friend, Mazin Namdi, deserves a loud ovation. Can we one more time applaud the submission? This is both direct and decisive. Thank you. And I know that the justice system, they are listening and they will do the needful. We have a representation. 30% of this audience here came from the disabled community. These are some of the people. Can we appreciate them? See them all sitting. Beautiful people. This is what inclusivity is about. We love you. You are our brothers, our fathers, our family. And you are here. And we will take a message from you because you're one of us. Here we have Musa Bill Yaminu to speak and make a submission from that community. Please appreciate him.
Thank you very much. My name is Musa Bill Yaminu. I'm the secretary of an inclusive community for persons with disability FCT chapter. I want to appreciate the organizers of these wonderful events tagged All Eyes on Judiciary.
The Nigerian debate.
The Nigerian debate. I want to summarily discuss or talk about Briefly, due to time limits, time may not allow me to speak all what is in mind, but I will summarize, because I discovered that some of my persons with disability members in Abaji and Kwali are here, and due to insecurity of the roads, they need to leave. So I want to summarize. I want to talk about just 4 key 4 items concerning persons with disability. If I say community of persons with disability, we have largest, we have, I think, let's say, let's estimately, let's just estimate. Let me just say 30% of Nigerian population are persons with disability. But before I proceed, I would like to inform all the audience here that I have a mentor that I copied from him. Because whenever I'm watching interviews or just discussion on televisions, I found out that when they want to like ask, who is your mentor? Before, I don't even know the meaning. No. So now when person explains, say, this is my mentor, that is when I realized the meaning of mentorship. So I want to proudly say that my mentor is an ordinary person. He's not somebody. He's not Atiku. He's not Tinubu. He's not Peter Obi. He's not Buhari. Not because of say Buhari not be my brother, Atiku not be my brother, Peter Obi not my brother, Konkoso not my brother. Because in selecting a mentor, there is categories of things that you look before you select a mentor. My mentor is Dr. Ordinary President Ahmed Isa of Berkete Family, the founder of Berkete Family Reality Talk magazine program. Please, if I may be allowed by the organizers, I would like to shout 3 Embelembe. No, I will do it in a ordinary president way. The first one. Embelembe. Might see whether if you do the second one. Embelembe. Now the third one. Might try. Belembe. At least I try now. I'm not ordinary president. Me, now my own, you know, even reach ordinary. Now down ordinary. So, this man, I watch his program. In fact, before I even proceed, I would like to clear something. I'm not here for Peter Obi. I'm not here for Atiku. Rather, Konkoso or which other one? Tinubu. Wallahi, I'm not here because of all this thing. My own major concern is just that word. Might take the spelling safe. Might see whether they correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is Nigeria. my honorable MC here, he talked something way sweet me. He said, the current way person go do you. Now to ask you, say, which state are you? If person want cheat you, if you just look person like this, if person want cheat you, I will just look my honorable here. I will say, honorable, which state are you from? He will say, Niger State. I will say, okay. I know say Niger people know sabi business. Their own now farming. And you know what in the farm pays? Hey, Nayamu, because I'm from Niger State, Kwantagura local government, but I was born in Mashegu local government in a community called Manigi Hanyar Makera. That is, Makera is Lagos, is leading to Lagos. For Makera, you reach to Kwara State, then enter Lagos. So, when he's talking about Nigeria, he talk about Niger State. I say, you know, that time why I be small. When he say Nigeria, that time why I state, I did Niger State. If you say Federal Republic of Nigeria, what you go come my mind be say, you are talking about Niger. You are talking about Niger State because Nigeria I know. I don't know any 36 state of Nigeria, talk less of FCT itself. So only the place that I know called Nigeria at that time is Niger State. So it's when I realized that I start to attend school. From nursery school, they start to teach us state and capital. I cross river Calabar. I say, which one be cross river again? If people say this place na river full the place, oh. I go here Anambra. I say, in Nigeria. I think say na only Niger State be Nigeria. Oh. I say, okay, they finish them all, but let's go. Adamawa Yola, Aqua Ibom. That time na sing go at me. What in they come my mind? Na sing at the sing. I don't say na Nigeria plenty like this. If they say Africa, hey, what in go come my mind? They say na one kind outside country. Because I did Africa, Europe, China, Asia. Wait. I say, which one be Africa again? Is there any African apart from Nigeria? Is diversity. The last one is inclusion. I doesn't have to take much time because of this, but I would like 1 minute. I would like to talk small concerning one. The rest, you can Google it. Begging. Federal government says stop begging. Now, sand I go chop. He says stop begging. Okay, I go chop sand. What is the provision? You say we are walking on the streets. So what? Now, Sambisa Forest would they go? Sometimes if government says stop begging, the thing they tire me. Because when I was small, I know they beg. I started begging 2013 where I lost my mother. And my father, things are not okay with him. That is when I started begging. From 2013 down to 2021. 2019, sorry. That's when I realized, I dey go begging no. And not be say I know they make money. I go, sometimes you where they do business safe, I go look your capital, calculate. I go see say something I go get from begging, you know get them. But what thing come to my head be say, after all the amount what I get a day, I will make 5,000, 7,000. Me rekede there, they struggle to get 1,000. Shoemaker they struggle to get 500 naira. Oga, me I go make 5,000 a day. But the funny thing be say, before tomorrow, you don't finish. I have to go back again. I say, why is it like this now? See, Badamasi, he get provision shop. After all, in total of capital, you know past 10,000. Me 10,000, I feel make in 2 days now. But I go see Badamasi, Tukudi, I go see Kola Wale. They enjoy themselves with 10,000 capital. Why me, for a week, I used to get up to 30,000 naira a week for begging. I say, but I will end up weekend, I will be borrowing money from my friends. I say, which kind of business is this? I say, Kai, I must stop. It must stop. I begin to gather ideas from business people. And one thing what I want you people to know is that it gets something what ordinary president, they always attack. And the thing they sweet me, the northern part of Nigeria. Because the northern part of Nigeria is the headquarters of begging. I can defend myself with what I said. Go to Kaduna, hey, if not for Erifa, he will say Almajiris to stop. They start to the attack him. Go to Niger State. Yes, Suleja here. You get one roundabout here. Go there. You go surprise. Go to Lugbe, Tipa Garage. If not for now, where they demolish the that side. Now depot. And while if you go the eastern part of the country, you find out that it will hard you to see beggar. If you see beggar, it's from the north side. So please, what I'm trying to say now is please, the government should do something. Those who NGO, we are owned and controlled by persons with disability. I cannot mention name. There are like 10 NGO of persons with disability in Abuja. 10. Controlled by persons with disability, our own brother. Hey, but NGO na bank accounts. So please let the government do something about begging. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can we appreciate him? Can we put our hands together? He has made so much sense. There's so much that he has unpacked here today, and it's very important to follow through, with what he has said. And it's important, and his submission is very, this is what it's about. What he's asking about is what development is about. He's not here to campaign for a Peter Obi or an Atiku or an Asiwaju, but for the Nigeria, of our dream. That Nigeria where anybody can have everything they want. They want school, they want electricity, they want security, agriculture, they want everything. And something very important that he said is the management, of our resources. Because here you have somebody who makes 30,000 naira but still begs, and somebody who is making 10,000 naira still surviving. And this is why we're challenging the status quo today, because we have our leaders who are stealing our monies every day in billions, and it is never enough. it is never enough. You know, so it's a very important message that we have received from the community of the people with disability. Before, there are salient questions, and that's why we still have Dr. Piper and Prof here on stage. Before I let them go, I want to just call on, we'll just take 2 minutes. Angel, you have a message for our people tomorrow. 2 minutes, and then I also have Mazi to come up. Dr. Charles is outside, but we'll do that, and then we'll take the question. Prof, you're going to attend to those. I'll bounce all the questions. You just attend to it, and then we'll begin to, bring the meeting to a close for those who are watching. Angel, let's have you come. Come, Angel. Let's have Angel come. If you're here, if you're still here, put your hands together for Angel. Those who are watching, we're going to attend to all the questions that you have asked so that you can understand that we're following. Angel, give your message, your goodwill message in 2 minutes, please.
Great Nigerian people.
Great.
I don't have much to say, but I have. It's a pity that I came here and I was hearing somebody, that is where it's paining me, and that is true. Even in platforms, I do shout about it. I love this country so much, and I don't want to go. And it's not as if I cannot eat. People say I have one eye, and I play with that one eye, and I don't give a damn about it. The only pain I have in this country is selfishness and self-centeredness and wickedness. And that is why you see me coming here. Before swearing in, I was going around with my child, carrying a placard. This man will not be swearing. They called me, you have one eye, and with that one eye, you are going around with him. Are you okay? I said, I didn't notice it. That is the truth. That we are here to fight, to make sure that the right thing is being done. And let me tell everybody the truth. Today, as you are seeing today, as you are seeing this country in this way, God has destined it that we should take it over. And if we ever fail, if we fail it, let me say the truth. If we fail it, we can never get it right. And the most important thing is that all those visions, all those testimonies or whatever they gave, or all those things they talk, they were all real. That is the truth. But you know the issue, for us to be able to carry it on to the destiny where God wants it is what we are looking for. It's not prayers. So please, I'm just begging. Tomorrow, if everybody can come out, the way I do go out, I don't care. People are, if you see a text I receive now, I was scared. Everybody, carry your papa, carry your mama, if it's possible, and come out. Even if they say we are not going to use vehicle, let us use our leg. Let me tell you the truth. If you are not coming out and want to be safe, if there is war, all of us must run. And you will use your leg and trek from Maraba to town. So what I'm just saying, please, let's take this work we are doing is not for fun. Let all of us come out tomorrow and still go, because the judgment is for Nigeria. It's not for Obi. It's not for Tinubu. This judgment is for us. So I can't just have a case in court. You now tell me I should not come, that I should go and watch myself on TV. It is wrong. If I have right to come, I have right to come. We are not fighting. What we are going to do is to go to the road, and if possible, we'll just sit down on the street. It doesn't matter, okay? We are not fighting. Nobody should come with gun. We don't even have gun. I know about it. So please, it is our judgment, and let's not allow God to be angry with us because we did not fulfill the mandate placed on our hands. That is what I'm saying.
Fantastic message. Fantastic goodwill message. Can we appreciate Angel? Angel is energetic. Angel is always there supporting the movement. She has a right heart and she's going about it. We're all different. Listen, for those of you who are still watching and still listening, we're all different. Sometimes it's crazy where you see, the first time I ever walked into a morgue, my friend's father died in my hand, and I had to sit in a car, just me and the driver with the dead body. You can imagine what I was feeling when the evening was coming close. And we got to the morgue right here in Wuse, and I realized that there were boys who were much younger who sleep with the dead bodies. Is somebody hearing me? People sleep with the dead bodies. In fact, when we were leaving, because the whole place is quiet, there were just two of them. And you can imagine all the dead bodies are being dropped. And I was asking them, so I went to the guy and said, you mean, he said, in fact, he prefers to sleep in the inner room where the dead bodies are. That on one occasion, in the night, the door will start shaking and he will not be able to sleep. And then he will open the door. And on 2 occasions, some of the dead bodies will get up. And that you will slap the person and say, what's wrong with you? Won't you allow me to sleep? My friend, go back and sleep. And they went back and slept. This is not juju. I'm telling you real life story. The point I'm making here is that we are all different. What scares you is not what scares me. What will scare me is not what will scare you. My articulation is different from Dr. Peter and from Prof. Or from any of you. But in understanding our differences, that's how we can work together. This is the point of this. I thought somebody was going to clap and appreciate the doggedness of people like Angel, doggedness of people like, we have the all conveners, we have CSG, we have different support groups. We are all one. We are all one. Some people are not afraid of lion, but boy, if you see a lizard, they will take off. We must understand that. And this is why we're here. From wherever you're watching, we're coming to a close. I'm going to ask the questions because, Mazi, you're going to close this session for us. Want to thank you because we see those who are glued online are still glued. And just to let you know how much we appreciate you, we're going to take the questions just to know that we're not going to take your questions for granted. Any of you can respond to these questions, and then once you're done, Mazi, you're going to close this session for us. I have very senior and serious people watching from all over the world. So the questions, some of the questions online reads, because they truly want to know, if the tribunal decides to outrightly cancel election in some states due to rigging, will Peter Obi participate? Well, that's a question. We'll try to attend to that. If there are any place obedience will gather tomorrow after the judgment. Okay, the person is asking, are there places we're going to gather tomorrow after the judgment? That's a question. And then the last question here says, what if PO is declared winner and BAT refuses to vacate the seat? I think these are very interesting questions that we will attend to. Doc, if you don't mind, because people are watching, we'll just move here, even if it's 5 minutes, so that the camera can be central to what we're having here, and then we can attend to that. Just move to the center. This is very important. The world is watching. Sorry, Prof, I have to drag you to do this. Just move the seat for Prof. This is a very, very intelligent and important question that we must attend to. If you're here, just understand this because we have to do this before we go. So in that procession, okay, well, anybody can start, but you're going to do a closing for us. So, Prof, let me also give you, you all had the questions, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would allow the doctor and the prof to take the other questions. But let me take the last one, which is, if Peter Obi is declared the president and Tinubu decides not to go, what will happen? I say it's unthinkable. He cannot. As long as there is a judicial pronouncement, he must obey the law. If he does not obey the law, then the Nigerian people will force them to obey the law. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, the moment of decision is here at last. We've waited for so long. We've screamed, we've cried for so long. They say, go to court if you are dissatisfied. If you don't like what we've declared, go to courts. We've gone to courts. All evidences have been put forward. And now it's time for judgment, which will be tomorrow. The judgment day is tomorrow. My advice to everyone, for your own mental health, brothers and sisters, friends, please proceed with courteous optimism, knowing that in banana republics, anything can happen. Tomorrow tells us if we live in a banana republic. Tomorrow we will know if these people we call justices really understand the meaning of justice. So my advice is, in the time being, until tomorrow comes, please proceed with courteous optimism. Thank you very much.
Well, for those who have asked the questions. I'll try to attempt all three questions in very few words. If the court rules that election be cancelled in some states, that becomes the law. Peter Gregory Obi and the other candidates will go to the polls in those states. If the court rules that the incumbent impostor on account of technicalities remains there, what you see, you get. If you give crisis, you receive crisis. That's what it is, you know. I think, and I'll quote my mentor, Martin Luther King Jr. here, that there is no room for the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. If you tell us to engage in the luxury of cooling off, for how long are we going to cool off? And so, regarding the question about where the obedience will gather, obedience has been a spontaneous, organic movement. You'll see them everywhere. Because I truly, truly believe that there is going to be justice tomorrow. I believe that the arc of the moral universe bends towards justice. And I believe that the clamor and the agitation and the protestation and the engagement of obedience and well-meaning Nigerians is for nothing but justice. So, understanding the reality of now, which is that no judge is an island, which is that there is no judge that doesn't have nieces, cousins, aunties, uncles, and the likes. I engage and I insist that everyone who is out there listening to us engage every channel that you have under your control. Use your Twitter, use your Instagram, use your TikTok, use whatever machinery of engagement that you have. Make it an all-night of protestation. Trend it everywhere. And say to Nigerians and indeed the judiciary, you must do right. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Can we appreciate, it's been an awesome time. We're going to round up this as we take pictures. We have one of Nigeria's leading reggae artists in our midst, Favor Johnson, is here, and he's going to be closing the session for us. I don't know what he's got up his sleeves, but Favor Johnson is here.
Yes. If the DJ is ready, I'm a Nigerian. Hello. Congratulations, Nigerians. Great Nigerians. How are we? Nigerian man, come, let's do this together. Please come, flag. Come, let's do this together. Is he ready? DJ, okay, good, he's cueing it. Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. We are Nigerians. They never say die spirit of a Nigerian is an interesting spirit, and we all carry it. I celebrate you, every one of you. Victory is coming. Darkness have done its worst. Yes.